Are you shooting inconsistent scores and you don't know how to be more consistent? Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn. Today, I'm going to discuss how to be more consistent by applying mental game principles. You're watching Sessions with Doc. Here's the question I received from Rick. Rick said, "My rounds are always up and down. One day I might shoot at 85, the next a 75. How do I be more consistent with my golf scores from day to day?" Rick, thanks for the question about being more consistent with your golf game. Welcome to amateur golf. Amateur golf is somewhat about being inconsistent. If you're a pro, you could probably keep it around par, a little bit under par, a little bit over par. Obviously, you're going to be more consistent with that. Given the fact that you're shooting between 75 and 85, just says there is some built-in inconsistency in your game. And of course, a lot of it's going to be dependent upon what course you're playing, what the conditions are. If it's blowing 30 miles an hour, it's going to be hard to shoot that normal score that you're used to shooting. If the course is set up really difficult, it's going to be hard as well. Maybe if it's cold out there or too warm. So certainly the conditions, the course conditions are going to affect your scores from day to day. But from the mental game perspective, there's lots of things that can introduce that inconsistency. One is not trusting what you're working on in your practice. You're going out there, maybe you're being a little bit too mechanical with your game. Maybe you're focusing too much on your swing cues or what you worked on with your instructor. And now you're playing army golf, left, right. And so that can introduce some inconsistency. Maybe some days you stick to your routine and other days you don't stick to your routine. My philosophy is consistent mental and physical preparation is going to lead to consistent performance out there. So the first thing that I want you to do is think about your pre-round warm-up. Do you do the same things before every round to get ready for that? When do you go to the golf course? Do you stretch? What do you do on the range? What do you do on the putting green? Do you hit any chips? I would do the same thing in your pre-round routine every single time you go out there, which is going to require that you're cognizant of getting to the golf course 45 minutes before your tee time. In addition, there's some things that you can do to mentally prepare for the round, such as being focused, confident, composed, having that trusting mindset, and being able to go out there and swing freely. I'm not going to get too heavily into that because I want to talk about that second part. The second part of being more consistent is consistently preparing within your pre-shot routine. You know, once I played with a friend of mine and she was like, well, let me try that. Let me try this. Oh, I see you're doing a forward press. Let me try that. So golf isn't about trying different stuff out there. Golf is about having a system and sticking to it. And that includes your pre-shot routine. So if you can prepare that pre-shot routine and take it out to the golf course and be consistent with that and follow it, that's going to help you a lot. So what do you do within the pre-shot routine? Number one, you got to do your homework and you got to set a plan. You got to get committed. If you're in the middle of the fairway, it's a 9-iron. You got to get committed to your target, committed to that club in your hand, and be very dialed in on what you're doing with the ball and focus on the shot you want to hit. That's super important, that you're not focusing on the wrong shot or the bad shot or the muff, for example. Focus on the ball flight that you want, the target that you want. Next, as you go through your routine, I want you to focus on the target and think about that shot as you set up. Carry it right through your setup. Get comfortable with your setup. Do the same looks and waggles within reason. And in addition to that, have one swing thought over the ball. What's going to create inconsistency is having 6 different swing thoughts that you're jumping around with throughout the round. That only breeds inconsistency. Have one swing thought that you start the round with, like tempo, or maybe target, or balance. And then have one backup that you might go to that's worked for you in the past. but don't have 5, 6, 7 things that you're working on with your instructor and you're taking that out to the golf course. And if the last shot didn't go your way, then you change to a new swing thought. That's only going to breed inconsistency. Have that same thought. Same with putting. Same approach. When you're up over the ball, I only want you thinking about line or pace. Not necessarily stroke, but launching it down your line. So that's how you're going to improve your consistency. Consistent mental and physical preparation. Hey, if you want more information about golf psychology or mental coaching, jump over to peaksports.com and check out our one-on-one mental coaching programs for golfers. In addition, we have a new program out for golfers called the Golfer's Mental Edge 2.0. It's 11 sessions that I do with my one-on-one coaching students. So you can go through that program self-paced. It's got audios, it's got workbooks, it's got post-round assessments, it's got pregame podcasts. It's very comprehensive. All right, thanks for your question and good luck.